Johnny Carson had interviewed thousands of celebrities in his decades on television. He laughed with some, tolerated others, and rolled his eyes privately at more than a few. But there was one guest he could never stand, not that the audience ever knew. On camera, he smiled. Off camera, his jaw tightened every time. The man's name appeared on the schedule. That man was the legendary actor everyone in America adored. The stammering everyman, the soft-spoken hero, the embodiment of moral decency. To the world, he was kindness in human form. But to Carson, he was the greatest actor alive, and, not in a flattering way, he played sincerity the way other men played roles. Perfectly, flawlessly, too flawlessly. Each time he walked onto the stage, the audience erupted in applause. They believed every story he told, every laugh, every tremble in his voice. He'd sit in that chair and recite his sentimental poems, the ones the public swore proved he had a heart of gold. Carson would nod, smile, even pretend to tear up, but his eyes were flat, cold. He knew the truth behind those performances. Truths whispered to him by people who had known the actor long before fame polished him into a national treasure. The version of the man America worshipped was a costume, a mask he wore more carefully than any character he played on screen. His entire identity was a role written decades earlier, role he never stepped out of. Carson knew about the hidden life, the hidden relationship, the hidden years in New York that no gossip columnist ever dared touch. He knew about the late marriage, arranged only after pressure from studios terrified of rumors. He knew about the two young boys the actor adopted and then kept at arm's length, boys who grew up starved for even the smallest scrap of genuine affection. Carson couldn't stand the hypocrisy. It wasn't the secrets. Hollywood was built on secrets. It was the preaching lectures about values, patriotism, fatherhood, and integrity that came from a man who didn't live any of it once the cameras shut off. The actor's most admired moment, the performance that America still talks about, came when he read a poem about his son, the son who died in a war. Millions cried. Carson didn't, because the grief looked rehearsed, delivered beat for beat like a monologue. And worse, Carson knew the truth about their relationship, a truth the audience never would. When the taping ended that night, Carson locked himself in his dressing room, furious. Furious at the lie. Furious at the network for forcing him to play along. Furious at himself for helping sell a performance he knew was fake. That the actor's closest companion, his true companion, was another man he'd lived with 4 years in New York. Their connection outlasted early poverty, outlasted fame, outlasted both their marriages. They spoke daily, sometimes multiple times. They bought homes near each other. They spent holidays together. No one said the word for what they were. Not in that era. Not out loud. But everyone close to them understood. When that companion died, the mask finally slipped. The actor broke down in public. The only time Carson believed he was truly seeing the real man. Not the hero, not the icon, the human being. Carson never attacked him publicly. Never exposed anything. Never used his platform to destroy him. But he never pretended to admire him, either, not in private. His silence, after the man's death, was the only honest thing he ever offered him. In the end, it wasn't the secrets that divided them. It was the lie the world demanded one man live and the bitterness of another man forced to applaud it.